Hello, everybody. I didn't even have my microphone on. Okay. Hello. Oh, let me fix this. Let me get myself together. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Take this music off. I got to get coordinated with all this stuff. It's too much to do. Okay. Happy Sunday. Ginger Snaps made an appearance. She was cutting up last night. I don't know what the hell was wrong with her. So I had to have a good little talk with Ginger Snaps to behave herself today. But she is here, and we on straight. We good here. Okay. Hello to everybody here in the chat. Daria, Rashonda, Queen, Greta, Kendall. Hello. Matthew. Hey, you know something, Matthew? I'm gonna have a talk with this old Candy. She started this old Inga Binga stuff, and then she got everybody saying that daggone thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with her. All right. Okay, let me bring up some friends so I can hey Tamika, hope you're enjoying your vacation, girl. Let me bring up some friends so that we can get started with this craziness of this show. Okay. All right. So, hey, Miss Kira,
Hey,
how you
Inga.
doing? How you
I'm
doing?
good. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, same to you. Happy Sunday. Hey, Candy, how
Hey,
you
Inga
doing?
Binga.
Yeah, see, girl, I'm about to have a conversation with you. You done started that, and now you got the people in the chat saying it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Who's that?
Hey,
We got
Kira.
Aries.
Hey,
What's up,
hey.
Inga Binga?
See,
Hey,
see what I'm saying? See what I'm
that
saying?
need to be your Cash App name or
Yeah,
something.
you know something. I might have to create some daggone t-shirts and sell the t-shirts or something.
For
There you
You
go.
know
real.
what I'm
Merch.
Some
saying?
merch is on the
I may
way.
have to have a merch page. You ain't never lying.
Inga
And then
Binga.
that's right. And then I got my number one homegirl, Moochie.
Moochie in the
The
Is she
hammer.
building.
here? Oh, she'll jump
Hey.
in. Wait a minute. Let me see. She
It's hammer
Oh,
Moochie.
he
time.
yay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, it was on the mute
What's
thing.
up,
Yeah,
y'all?
hey,
What's
how you
up?
doing?
Hey.
I'm all right.
Yeah, hey, Lemon Kush, Monique Johnson. Hey, hey,
Mm-hmm.
hey, Derry. We got everybody up in here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a little party going. We just ain't got no drinks and no hors d'oeuvres,
Ooh,
Right?
the hors d'oeuvres.
no appetizers. That's right. Yeah. Oh, let me put my phone on silence here so it don't ring. Okay. Y'all, this has been a crazy show, a mini series. Oh, I was talking to Moochie about it yesterday. This thing is crazy.
Y'all, this was
Um,
crazy.
a friend of the family, a mini series on Peacock, and
Mm-mm-mm.
if anybody hadn't seen it, just take the time to go see it and even watch the documentaries. This is a documentary on Peacock
Yes.
and it's one on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix.
Mm,
Yes.
mm-hmm.
This story is so crazy. when I first saw it, just scroll. I'm sitting here working. I'm scrolling through the Peacock thing, the app, and I text Candy, "Have you seen this thing or have you heard about this thing?" And I didn't know it came out in 2022. I just thought I thought it was new, something brand new. But I said, Candy, I said, we're gonna have to talk about this thing. And I could not stop watching. That was like supposed to be working, and I'm all into my screen like that, my iPad like this. I could not stop watching it. It just I couldn't. I said this cannot. I said this. I don't believe. I said this can't be real. But it's documentaries out there. And there's a whole lot of I started going in deep dive and going into a rabbit hole. I started going in, and I found out, the whole case and the whole thing. I just couldn't believe that this would happen. But then as me and Candy was talking one day on the phone, it was like, there's a lot of people out here, the sick people and a lot of cults. So it could happen probably to anybody. I'm just trying to picture myself. What could it happen to me and my family? And knowing that my family, I just don't see it happening, but I don't know.
They were Mormons too, though. Mormons are a little different.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
But what I was tripping off of y'all,
naive. Too much naive.
Yeah. Go ahead, Aries.
I was saying, like, I was thinking too, like, okay, they're Mormon, they're sheltered and naive, but it seemed like everybody but this family was on to Mr. B, because they said they had a whole school assembly about it, and like the cops was looking at them like they was crazy. So it was this family in particular that was just like a little on the touch side. And the whole time that I was watching it, I was like, man, this just should be named Ain't No Way, because everything happening got me saying ain't no way.
Okay. And I kept saying, and I kept saying, this wouldn't happen to no black folk. But then I had to change that statement, because I said, black people go through cults and go through crazy stuff too. But this was just unreal, and I know every day, unfortunately, in a real serious thing, people get snatched up, predators out there of all races, all everybody. So I know, I don't want to make light of the real thing because it was sick, but I got to kind of make fun of it because it's just so crazy.
Gotta laugh to keep them crying.
It's just unreal. It's unreal. And oh my God, I wanted to strangle every. You know how I always talk about I want to throw somebody in the furnace. I wanted to throw the mom and the daddy in the furnace, even though they're victims. But I wanted to throw even though they're victims, I still wanted to throw the mom and daddy in the furnace, because I just felt like they could still, I mean, but that would be wrong. Hey, Brillo, that would be wrong if I do it, because people might say, "Oh, but they was really victims." I'm not gonna do no video throwing them in the furnace, but
they need to go, because they contributed to the problem too. The daddy first, and the mom,
big time.
The daddy was first.
Yes. The daddy and Brillo. Even though this is a real true story and these people were victims, but they were so dumb, naive. It just almost like what's going on here? It's like and it's a shame that this going on right now while we sitting here running our mouth. Some crazy stuff like this going on in the world, in some state, in some city, some town right now. It's crazy.
Somebody plotting on somebody.
Right. Let me see what I got here. So it's called A Friend of the Family, and these are the act. The daddy is played by Colin. I just had his name. Hanks, Tom Hanks' son. Tom Hanks' son, his name is Colin. He did a phenomenal job. I've seen him act in other things, so I know he's a great actor. He looks just like his daddy too, and he did a phenomenal job. He really did, and this was just sick. And you just don't never know who you have in your who you bring. You got to be careful who you bring around your children.
Right.
He was like a master manipulator.
Right.
He groomed the kids and the parents.
Mastermind. It took 2 years.
This whole thing was planned.
Like 2 years for him to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Groomed the parents and the kids.
Very particular and meticulous about everything he did. He planned everything out to a T, and it was crazy. And that wife of his, she needs to go in the furnace too. We can go ahead and throw her in there.
She in the furnace.
Yeah,
she
this is the real
already.
life lady, and this is her story. Her name is Jan, and this is the this a documentary too on Peacock. And this is the real life lady about her. I just wanted to get a picture of her up there. I have some pictures of both the real people and the characters, because just so we can compare them too. I didn't get a whole lot because it's 9 episodes, and I didn't want to have we be sitting up here with 1,000 slides. So I just kind of got like a little bit at the beginning, just like a synopsis, and then we can kind of just run with it after that. So this is her, and so I just said this is the story for anybody who had not seen it. It's a drama about pedophilia, kidnapping, and grooming, and definitely it's grooming. All of that. It's just the whole thing. I mean, I agree with this. So it started in the 70s. Jan was 12 years old. She was groomed, kidnapped, abused by this neighbor who lived like down the street, across the street, whatever, around the corner. His name was B. Birchtold in a small town in Idaho. And I said, so Jan was kidnapped, and she was not kidnapped just once, but twice, y'all.
Twice.
By the second time, she really was not far gone. Yeah, I mean, she actually left on her own. She ran away on her own by that second time. And the parents was named Bob and Mary Ann, and they both had sexual relations with this man.
The mama and the daddy, Brillo. The daddy too. I just really want Brillo to check this out. The
daddy reached over in the car and gave him a job.
Lord.
Okay.
With the left hand.
With a hand job. Yeah. Not the mouth game, with the hand job. Either way, it still was gross and bad all the way around. The whole thing was terrible.
Yeah. And how did he make that man do that?
Hey,
I've been like, sir, you can do this all by yourself.
The fact that the daddy sped up with that thing, I was like,
when B started moaning and groaning, I said, "No, it's time to stop, Mr. Birchtold. Just stop."
They used this to blackmail this man, to blackmail the family.
Yeah, they did.
So he knew what he was doing. This whole thing was a mastermind. Moochie, you still there?
Planning.
Yeah, he planned to isolate that girl.
Yeah, I wanted to hear what Moochie said. Go ahead.
I said he planned to isolate that girl from the beginning, from the moment he met them, and I'm thinking. They just moved to that town.
Yes.
That's why he was able to he was like on them like that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So and this is the real life guy. This is the real life creep, and the little girl Jan. And this is what, and look at, now you would think this is probably just looking at it, not paying no attention. You probably saw, they at the beach or on the lake, at the boat, whatever. And you probably didn't think nothing of it, but all along he knew what he was doing. This old creep, and
like you see how he was calling her out when he was trying to sing, Inga, like, "Oh, what's that you're singing, Jan? Like, why you got a whole nickname for this little girl?" He
singled her out, but not none of the other kids. I wonder why the other girls he didn't single them out. He didn't.
He singled her out.
It was just her.
Yep.
He didn't even spend
he was always living on the mama.
I felt like the parents should have said something from there that seemed weird.
Right.
Going out her and all of this, it was just weird to me.
Yeah, how are you doing stuff for her and not your own kids? I'm like,
and it said he would take Jan and her younger sisters, Karen and Susan, to school. He would even they would even sleep over. Mm-hmm. He was like a second dad to them. And you're right, they was Mormons, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Latter-day Saints.
I mean, I don't want to get into the religious thing because that's a whole nother conversation, and we ain't trying to get all our pages taken down. So I ain't even gonna get into that conversation.
That's all right. They got plenty of the documentaries on Netflix.
They got plenty of it. And this is also the real life family. So this is Bob, and that's Mary Ann, and this is Jan up in the top up here in the left hand. That's my left hand side, and there's Karen, and I forgot which one is Karen and Susan, but this is the real family. And I don't know. So now this is the TV family, and Jan is there in the middle, and it was just, and it's a mess. So I just wanted to do the comparison side by side this is how it looked, and it's like, see, you would think it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a friend who comes over, and a friend of the family. Everybody got friends of the family who come over. You grew up with them. You barbecue with them. Go to vacations. You friends with the kid. That other person's kid. I wouldn't, So it's man, because my mother and father used to have friends all the time, and I would play with their kids all the time. It was a normal thing. So I think that's why the neighborhood. I think that's why everybody in the neighborhood didn't think nothing about it. They didn't. They thought that these people were. Remember that everybody in the neighborhood and the church turned on these people.
Right?
How could you do this to him? How could you? They thought that they was wrong.
Yeah.
And
they were wrong because they told them their business. I would have never told the pastor and the board what I did in, what happened to my child. But I mean, you part of the reason why it happened because you allowed this man to manipulate you with your childhood trauma, or not your trauma, but something that happened to you in your childhood. You told him a story and he used it against you within the next 10 minutes. Like he did that repeatedly to them, to the mother, and they let it happen. That's all I can say.
And look at this: at 12 years old, she's sleeping in the bed. 30 years her senior. And she hadn't even disappeared yet at the time, and she's sleeping in the bed.
They talking about that was his therapy.
Yeah, talking about he was on top of the covers. I don't care.
And you know what was making me so mad, y'all, is when everybody was putting the blame on what was Jan them last name? I forgot. The Virgin.
Dang, I just had it too.
Broberg.
Broberg. Yeah, Broberg.
Why are you putting everything on them? Like, why would you guys allow them if you knew that he had this type of diagnosis? Like, no, he needs to take some.
And what about the wife? Because the wife said the same thing.
There she go. They go Gail. They go Gail. She was in on it too. I think he groomed her at a young age.
He did.
I think so too.
I think he groomed her and kept getting her pregnant. She all them kids. She had about 5 kids with him. Yeah. She I was trying to find pictures of the real life woman, but I couldn't find her face. But if I was in her, I'd be in hiding. I would never show my
that's face. Probably why you couldn't
change my name.
Yeah, change my name and everything. And the poor children, he was never spending time with his own kids.
He was so cold to them kids.
He never was. Yeah, he was cold to his boys. He was not, and he had a little baby girl. But the boys, he never spent time with them. He never spent time with them. I mean, she
telling
was
the wife she was ugly.
Yeah. He might as well have told her she was
get Marianne to show you how to be sexy and the dress how to dress.
And then he gonna tell the husband, your wife, her legs. She got some nice legs. What?
Right.
No.
Yeah, I mean Bob Broberg, he kind of took back a little bit, but then he didn't do nothing about it. He just like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess she do have nice legs. He was like, huh, at first, but I don't know. Yeah,
you need to be changed.
Is it me or
and now I'm knowing why didn't like David from The Apples Never Fall, because it was
Moochie
him.
told me that was him. I said, okay.
The same guy, but I was gonna say, is it me or do you think they was too passive with a lot of things?
Very passive.
No, it ain't just you. They were very
crossed the line a lot to me. Where like, nah, you wouldn't be doing this with my daughter. No.
The daddy did try when that first horseback incident came up. Like the daddy was trying to put his foot down, but B drove a wedge by getting in good with the wife.
That's the real Bob on that side.
Yeah.
I do got something. Okay, so this when they first
when it first started, it started like 2 years later.
So this is when they first met on this episode 1. They first met, and they walked down the street like the Brady Bunch. They was all together, go down to their house. It was very innocent. It's like you going to meet some friends and have, and they sitting there at church and they were spending. So this was all like over time, probably months, years. This is, they hanging out.
Yeah, it was 2 years.
Having lunch together.
It was like 2 years before everything began.
Yes, he was grooming them for a while. All of this was building up. Look, he taking her to get ice cream cones, and he brought her to his job, and she hanging out, and she said this was my best friend. She said her dad doesn't don't do
You're
things.
not supposed to have no adult best friends as a child.
Okay.
Right.
And I know this was the early 70s. I think it said it was like 1974. I told Candy, I said, I'm probably about 4 years old. So I wouldn't have known none of this kind of stuff was going on. You know? So no, you're not supposed to have no adult best friend like that. And I don't even care if it was 1974. It still was creepy. I don't think my parents would ever allow that. Not sleeping over nobody's house. If I'm asleep over the house, we with the children, like a sleepover.
Right.
She was with the kids though. They like all slept together on a trampoline with his kids, and she was there too.
But he was out there too.
But that was his way of working it in, where it seemed normal.
And he would give her those allergies.
You don't know what's happening.
Oh man, it was and see right here, this when Bob started. You see how he peeking over because he came in because they both of them named Bob, so they actually called the other one B. So when B came in with Jan, the wife jumps up, Mary Ann hugs him, and by this time this was like probably a year or two or whatever had passed. So he was getting irritated that he was spending so much time with his family. And he was starting to try to put his foot down, but Mary Ann kept letting this guy come around. You know, and then he was like, "Oh no, he said I wanted to take her." It was after this scene. He said I want to take her horseback riding, and he said, "No, we're gonna do a puzzle tonight. We're gonna all stay together as a family and do a puzzle." I fell out laughing when they said the puzzle.
Yeah, but do you remember when he changed that tire for them? And Mary Ann came out with the drink. She gave Mr. B the drink with a smile first, and then she gave it to her husband. No, ma'am, that was not right. No. I was like, red flag. No, ma'am. Right. You too happy to see this little raggedy behind man.
Yeah,
you know, your husband might be bald.
He was starting to get irritated by this time, you know.
Right.
Because the man, he felt that he was coming over too much. He was spending too much time, and he was like, "Look, and he told Mary Ann, I'm the how can I be the leader of this house if you keep, you know, doing things behind my back?"
Yeah,
you know?
I thought he was so soft right here. Like
he was
too soft.
They were soft all the way for a long time. They were soft.
Yeah.
Soft in your own home.
He should have took her in the car and gave her a gift.
Yes, Mary Ann worked my damn nerves too. Yes. Yeah. It was just a mess. And here he was. He had already sold his furniture store, and he was heading to the bank. He came home to get some stuff, and Gail was like, "Well, what are you doing home?" She feeding the baby because he don't come home probably in the middle of the day. And then he made a quick little sandwich. He goes and throws some clothes because he knew he was going to kidnap. At this point, this was the plan. This was
his business.
Everything was all built up. Now he said, "Okay, this is a good time. This one I'm going to grab her at this point." So he sold his
working
business
on that RV too.
He went to the bank. He cashed a check for $27,208.43. That business must not have been worth all that much for $27,000. I guess that was a lot. But that was 1974.
That was
so
like
it was a lot of money at that time. Yeah, because even the guy at the bank said, "Wow." You know?
He probably got the first offer that he got. That he probably took the first offer they gave him.
Yeah, but it still was a lot of money if somebody gave you $20,000 in 1974. That was a lot of money. So you know, you probably was kind of well off, you know, for that time. But look how he whispered in Mary Ann ear. This was like through the window. He was whispering through her ear. And see, this when Bob came home and he looked around and he saw his other girls, but he ain't see Jan. And he had already told B, no, she cannot go horseback riding. We're gonna have dinner and spend together the family, do the puzzle. Mary Ann caved in because she done got a little. He probably done whispered in her ear that he
probably ripping her booty.
Right.
Yeah, and see, they hadn't had sex at the time, but he was telling her all the stuff that he wanted, and she was probably getting hot and heavy, you know.
Yeah. We couldn't see it, but I'm sure he was.
Remember, Bob came home with a new trick. He was going down, okay? And look, she know where he learning it from just because of his actions.
Yes. That's right. Yeah, because when he went downtown on her, he had never did that before.
Yeah, the face in the face.
Right, he was facing
sharing all their personal business.
She was Yeah.
But that was the manipulation part, like telling a personal bedroom business. Like, I mean, in a regular relationship, that probably would be okay if y'all, talk about certain things. But this was like a manipulation tactic from
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like he put the
both
wife up to
top
ask
parties.
her
Be
question
on his wife.
and then have the wife run it back.
Yeah, be on his wife. Yes.
And then so he takes.
It was crazy.
He did. So he picked Jan up from the piano lesson. Took her in the car. She thinks she going horseback riding. He gave her some Benadryl or something or knock her out. And some sleeping pills. But she think it was allergy pills, and she taking them, and she knocked out. And when she woke up in this minivan or this Winnebago,
RV.
RV, she was strapped to the bed, her feet and her hands, and it just recording female companion. That's right. Like, and that's why she thought aliens was there, because he told her there's some, I forgot what the names was. Now I didn't even write it down, but
Zeta and Zeta
and something.
Zeta and Zethra or something like that.
That's what it was. Zethra, yeah.
But he planted that seed early on, though.
Yes,
about
that
alien.
on that first night.
Was saying, I wish you would stop obsessing over these UFOs.
Yes. Yeah, because actually he met her when she was like 8, so it's been going on for a long time.
But he planted that early on. But Jan ass knows it, because she wouldn't have never heard that story had she been in that room practicing that song like she's supposed to be. But she come out the room listening, she always ear hustling.
Yeah.
He was like, Jan, did you ever hear anything like that? When he first told that first story, he was like, yeah, I'm about to use it on you.
Yep, I'm about to use it now. That was crazy.
He took her and then took her all the way to Mexico, and he tried to, he stole, I think I missed a part. He stole the birth certificate, right? Yeah, so he could get a marriage license and marry her, right? And I mean, this thing was just it just kept going on and on and on. I ain't really getting no more slides past that, because it's just a lot to keep getting a whole bunch of slides. But it was when he got to Mexico and he was down there, how long y'all think he was in Mexico with her? They were gone about 6 weeks, right?
I was going to say like a month. It seemed like 2 months.
Yeah, I think it took months. Yeah,
they had been gone like 37 days or something like that.
Yeah,
the first time they was gone like 37 or 38 days.
Ooh, ain't no way, y'all.
Yeah,
ain't no way.
Yeah,
this dude,
that wife would have been. I'm telling you, I would have had something.
You heard me?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Moochie?
I said he thought he was the $6 million man.
Okay.
That's what he was trying to pass himself off as to this little girl.
The fact that she believed.
And he told her that if she don't have the baby and all this kind of stuff, that her sister was gonna go blind and
the dog.
And don't touch your real father. Don't touch him. Like don't be in his presence. Don't be alone with him.
Right, you gonna get vaporized.
Vaporized, and with the little sister Susan gonna go blind and all this kind of stuff. It was on.
I don't know how she believed that for so long, though. I think she was like 9 or 10, but by the time we got to 13, my 13-year-old would be like, "Yeah, absolutely not, sir."
Sally,
yes,
the
story a lot of them don't watch TV,
Well, yeah.
She got the TV.
Sally, this is the real family right here. This is the real people.
Remember when he gave her that little TV?
Yeah, he did.
That's when everything changed.
That's the second time.
Yeah.
I mean, it just okay. When
story changed, the older she got, the story changed because. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. As the older she got, the story changed. Is she what? What you was gonna say?
Yeah, the story changed about what was going to happen to the baby sister. Like if Jane couldn't do it, the sister would do it, but her body couldn't take it because she was so young. She would die. She couldn't carry a kid. Like he made it worse the older she got. Like. He didn't have, anything with her until she was, 16 maybe. But he planted that seed in her head the entire time, and it got worse. Things changed as far as the time. Because when times change, things change. The story changed. It got worse.
And you know something? the one person who knew it was wrong, but he didn't really do nothing about it. That's the brother.
Yeah.
B's brother. He knew it was wrong, but he didn't want to get involved, you know. Right. And then mama was crazy. She said, "Oh, isn't this a cute little girl?" And this by this time, Jan is probably 14 or something at this point. And the mother should have been like, "Well, who's this child? And where she come from? Where's this? Where's she didn't ask no question. The mother was just ditzy. His mother. I'm glad we ain't really get to see much of her because she was ditzy.
And that's the second time she ran away.
That was the second time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was the second time.
He already had slept with the mother at that time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, y'all. He slept with the mother. The mother went over to the Winnebago RV thing, and they slept together. Oh, and when she told her husband,
she was going to meet him on a regular though.
Right. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was bringing him sandwiches and all kinds.
Yeah. I don't know how you could do that. After you snatch my child up, I don't have no interest in you physically at all.
Okay.
Nope.
That blicky that man gave her, she should have used it when she first saw him on site. I found my daughter later, but she got to go. We'll get her back, but you got to go.
Showed up with the piece. I thought she was gonna go on her person and shoot him. But see, later on, she was ready to. Her and the husband finally. It took a long time. I don't think we got into like it was late into the episode before the mother really started like working with the FBI and really doing something.
She kept leaving. Like she kept doing stuff to leave. Like she just kept leaving. Like he kept putting those speaker boxes in her room with all these new recordings and everything was going
in the building, doing all kind of stuff. Yeah.
Y'all, when they came in the house, when that window was open and they found out like, oh, it's cold in here because this window was left open. That moment, I feel like they should have been like, Jan, where are you? We gotta like girls. I want y'all to sit right here in the living room while we go and inspect the house and clear the house because Jan shouldn't have been like with her already being snatched and back home. Like I was just so upset with them that they didn't try to go in and further investigate. Like they had a lot of evidence in there. All them letters was in that trunk. Like, no, girl, you not closing the door. We tearing this wall back down. Yeah. And we about to go through this stuff. Yeah, Inga, tell them about that. They let this man Bob come in there and build a whole wall.
Yeah. He would have been in my room on the floor.
Build a whole, because so she can have her own privacy and she have her own room and she boxed her out from her sister. And the sister was very sad about that.
Yeah. You know? I don't understand. This is when I was saying these parents are stupid. Because ain't no way in hell I would have let him be doing all of this stuff.
Yes.
This was after she disappeared the first time.
In the furnace.
Right.
Nita, it's okay you didn't watch it. You might not even want to watch this because it is a story about kidnapping, pedophilia, grooming. It's a sick story. And so you might not want to see it anyway. So, but thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's not for everybody because it's a sick story, and especially if people got had dealt with any kind of trauma, they might not want to even touch this story. And it's wild. This guy, he built the they let him too much in their space all the time. All the time. They just let him too much into their space. And then, but in 1974, the FBI hadn't even heard of the pedophilia. It was still a new thing. This was all they didn't really know how to handle it, but they knew it still was wrong.
His doctor had to come in and explain to them, like, okay, do y'all know about this dude? Like, I'm his therapist.
And I understand a lot of things was we know so much more now, but in the 60s, 70s, they didn't know nothing about this stuff. And so
I want to how the heck did she let him get to this birth certificate? It was no reason for him to see those papers.
He walked back in the room with her. He took
for something. I forgot what they went in the room for.
Like you said a couple minutes ago.
First, I would have told my company. I would have said, "Oh, sit there and have a seat. I'm going back in the. You're not following me back into my bedroom where the papers at. That's not your business.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
because he wanted to.
I can't even remember what she went in there for.
he does crazy
He
things.
was talking about he wanted to leave his kids in charge. I mean, he said if something happens
Oh, the
to me,
godparents.
I want you guys to take care of my kids, and I will want you know, and I will do the same for you. But you don't need to see all of that. You know what? Right now, we'll make arrangements for that because I would want a lawyer and stuff present for something like that.
And where's his wife?
I'm just gonna let you.
Yeah, but they were just too. I don't know if I don't. Yeah, I just think it was just they were just too, and I don't want to blame them that it was the 70s, but I just think that it was them. I think it was just them.
That's
yeah,
what
it was
I feel.
them.
Because I can't imagine my father letting no neighbor come over all the time and let me spend the night at their house all the time. It just wouldn't have happened.
No.
My mother and father didn't even let me go spend the night at people's houses like that.
Yeah,
right. Your friends could come over here, but you ain't going over there.
Yeah, I had sleepovers in my house. My mother can control it. She can control it. I had sleepovers as a little girl, but I couldn't really go to nobody's house like that. They were like, you can go to the birthday party, but when they about to sleep over, I'll come pick you up and you come home. And I could go to the party, but then when they about to get ready for bed, I'll come pick you up. They would not let they didn't usually let me spend the night at people's houses.
And
so
vice versa.
That's why I said I don't know if this would happen to a black family like this. Not for this long. Maybe you might get me a little bit, but you ain't. This was years. This was
at some point. Jan should have snapped out of it.
Yeah,
it took so long. She actually hated her parents.
Oh, that
she
hated her
so mad. So long for her to snap out.
Like the Stockholm.
She was calling her dad Bob.
Stockholm syndrome. It definitely was Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
she was calling him Bob.
He was really in her head.
Oh, okay.
Bob and Marianne.
They still he kept calling the house like, is your husband there? Oh, I know you got the recording right there.
Oh, y'all, we got to talk about this. Thank you, Kendall, for reminding me this. The church was trash. The church going to excommunicate them. They couldn't come to can't take communion, can't come. Why you blaming me? I'm the victim.
Right.
And they knew about this guy. They knew this guy was a creep.
No, it was like you told them what he did, his homosexual activity. That's what it was. That's why he got kicked out. And that's why the wife got kicked out because she told him she had sex
for having an affair.
But I believe they knew about this man though. I think they
did know about him. Other Bob was gay too. So why he do that? That's why I was confused.
But he kept calling him. He's like, Bob is a homosexual, Marianne. I was like, B, go home to your wife and kids.
Buddy. Right.
And then he made the wife her
anyone is you because you asked him to stroke it. See, this is what I would have had on that. I'm sorry. You asked him to stroke it from what I know. My husband tell me everything.
Right. No, he did. He did. He asked him to he talked about this was some kid stuff, some boy. Didn't he say? But didn't Bob say something about he had thoughts about this as a kid or something? Something.
They would do that as a kid. They would watch magazines look at magazines as kids, and then they would touch each other. Just being children, we're just being little boys or whatever.
No, that's not normal.
Keep to yourself. Take to the grave.
I don't know.
That's what my problem was.
Household.
Who was touching him?
And then 10 minutes later,
I'm talking about touching each other. We all sitting around in a circle touching it. No, come on. No.
Not
and then he didn't want to touch his wife after that. He didn't want to touch his wife after that.
Right.
After
that man was traumatized.
No, he was traumatized. And I think that's why he had to end up going and confessing to the bishop at the church.
He really felt like he
this guy was he was somebody important in the Mormon church, right?
Yeah, he was like an elder, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the board of trustees.
And then what about when Marianne, after Bob found out, the husband found out what she did. I mean, she told, and he was going to get divorced, and she went to go stay with her mother. The mother looked disgusted at her. Her own mother, when she went to her mama's house with her suitcase, her mother just stood on the porch with her arms folded. Her mother looked disgusted at her.
She know Bob was a good man, Savannah.
That's what the sister said. Well, Bob is a good man.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? In the documentary, the mom said that after she slept with B, that she felt like a BIT. She was
Oh yeah, the
like, she
mother,
just
the
felt
mother
You
dirty.
did
really,
say
the
that.
mother said she
She
felt
beat herself
so
up.
horrible. She
Yeah,
beat
she
herself up
did.
real bad. Yeah, yeah, she
Mhm.
beat
As
herself
she
up
should
real bad.
have.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
should.
mean, I almost wanted to feel sorry for the mother when once I watched the documentary. I'm listening
Yeah.
to the real prayer. I almost wanted to feel sorry for her, but I'm like, I still want to bring her neck. I really did. I still want to bring her neck.
I was
Yeah.
thankful though, because at least the parents were apologetic, because a lot of times like stuff like that happens and the parents ignore you or they don't believe you or they don't
Mhm.
apologize, but at least they were like listening and understanding and apologizing. So
Right.
that
Mhm.
Yeah.
one
And
point.
you're right. B, like I said earlier, B's brother, he knew what was
Yeah.
going on, but he kind of didn't want
Mhm.
to get involved. Not until the FBI came to him and he had no
Yeah.
choice. You know,
Can somebody tell me why he put her in that school?
to
I
Because I
didn't
was
keep
confused
understand
about
that
that.
either,
that nun
Candy.
school. Yeah.
Yeah, how
Uh-huh.
did that come about?
She had
I
to
guess
go to
because he was in
school. So he
prison.
had her school like he's working for the
His daughter.
CIA and all of that. She still got to go to school.
Yeah, but
and I
that was in
think he did it
California, right?
Yeah, because if he
Yes.
gets caught, if they get caught together in that state, he was like, I'm going straight to jail, so we have to do it this way. That's why he was
she had to
sneaking up
lie.
to
Yeah.
see her. That's why he had her in the convict and all of that.
And
You
I
can
think
have it
that
on
that her roommate,
Yeah.
that little Asian girl, she knew something wasn't right
Mhm.
too. She I can
Mhm.
Like,
tell.
why
She
you
was
calling
like
your
looking
dad
out the
Mr.
window.
She looking out
Snowball?
she looking out the blinds. She
Mhm.
she was
She
looking to
like,
see
who
what's
they
going
got
on.
me
She was,
rooming with?
yeah, I think the little girl that girl was know something was wrong, wasn't right too.
And then came back from that car accident like, oh yeah, nothing happened. Like, what? Your
Yeah, but you got a whole gash in your forehead, but nothing
Okay.
happened, you know. Mm.
Somebody
Oh,
fell
when
down
she
the-
was biting her
Ew,
toenails.
yes, she
Lord, thank you,
was.
Candy.
All because
That
she
was
went
so
somewhere
nasty.
and was talking to a boy.
Who bites their
Uh-huh.
He
toenails with
went
their mouth?
crazy because he thought he was losing
Right.
control.
Oh my god. Yeah, because she was
Touch
biting her
another boy.
She was
fingernails
just
down
that
to
stressed
none.
out.
She had no more fingernails left, so she started picking her foot up, putting it in her mouth, and chewing on it like she was chewing on a piece of chicken. I
Ugh.
mean,
Yeah.
didn't they understand? He messed her up so bad
He did.
that
Hey,
I mean, she was chewing hard because you can hear because the sound effect. They did good with the sound effect because it's almost like she was crunching on celery or something. She was crunch, and the roommate looked over at her like, "What's
I ain't never
going
seen
on?"
nobody do that before.
It was nasty.
The nasty
It
word.
was nasty.
She didn't have any
Yes.
more fingernails. She had ate them down to the nose.
He ate them
Like,
down to the damn
Nails,
nothing.
fingers, and toes.
that baby
So
was
she started
stressed.
combing her toe. But I think it was her. She was just messed up. Like she was.
She was stressed. She was stressed.
And then
Thought she was gonna
if you
get
watch
vaporized
the
any minute.
documentary, her son said she was messed up her whole life. She had 4 different
'cause she had-
marriages.
yes.
Yeah, about 4 different marriages, men running in and out. I think she was just so screwed up.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think she's still together in her right mind to this day. Really, be honest with you. Even though she's an advocate and doing, got a foundation and supposed to be doing well, but I still think she's probably still a little messed up. From that.
She has to have some sort of PTSD.
I like
I
Kim to
know
come
she
in.
does. Yeah.
Probably
Matter
can't
of
watch
fact,
no type of
when
sci-fi
she went
movie
to
or nothing.
when she went to therapy, that was the real life Jan playing the therapist on the show.
Wow.
I didn't catch it till later, and then I found out it was her.
I said it looked like her because I had saw a picture of.
Yeah, so that she was playing it. So she probably still in therapy while we sitting here talking right now. She's still talking in therapy.
She should be.
She need to be in therapy the rest of her
That's
life.
a lifelong trauma because he did that
It's
for years.
lifelong trauma. But it turns out if people who hadn't seen this or gonna go watch the documentary, turns out this guy B was doing it to other girls. He had a whole nother family too. He was doing it with.
The girl that was working in the furniture store. I think it was her.
Yep, and the nurse's daughter.
That was one of them.
The nurse's daughter. There was lots of girls.
He was showing a lot of them.
Yeah, like 4 or 5.
That's the one that remember when he burnt up the florist, his shop. He got his friends to do it when he was in the Looney Bin.
Yeah. I thought, it scared me at first, Moochie. I thought the dad was gone. I thought he was died.
I was like,
I thought the dad was gone. Yeah, they got me.
I thought they was gonna come there and beat him up at first.
Me too.
And then I was
he
like,
locked that door so
they set
fast.
the whole store on fire.
Yes, luckily he
Right.
was able to get out because I thought he was in there. And Jan still didn't seem like she had it, like she couldn't understand. Like she still
I
was.
know.
She was
That's why I
struggling
was
with it.
hoping
She
the
didn't even
daddy
want to hug
didn't.
her father, knowing that he made it.
Right. That
She
was
didn't
so
even care.
hard.
She
Yeah,
didn't
she
even
was just,
care.
she was dead. I
Or
mean,
when
he
they
was
were
dead to her.
questioning when they were
She was
questioning that
standoff.
other girl, what was her name? Haley, Callie, or something,
Mhm.
and the mom and all the stuff that she was saying, and Jan's mom was standing out there listening, like, "Oh, he's my best friend," and she was like, "Oh my
Oh man, this
god."
was me.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know what I was
that was
going to ask
heartbreaking.
you? Do you think because how can I say it? Because
I think
do
I
you
know
think
where you're going with
she
this,
has to
Mooch.
still have like dreams and stuff about this thing? Because this was horrible.
Yeah, I'm
This
sure
was
to this day
horrible
she
for
still
her.
screams in her dreams. I wouldn't want to
Heck
sleep.
yeah.
Right. Probably wake up hearing the alien voices. And I actually read a book, y'all, and it's called like The Body Keeps Count. And it says that for whatever traumatic experience that you go through in life, your body takes 3 years to really forget that. So just imagine
Oh
if
my god.
somebody like Jan was going through this from the age of 9 to 16. Like,
Wow.
yes, it's good. And that on a regular basis, like it could take a lifetime of healing to just be, okay. So I'm
That's
pretty sure
true.
she definitely is still in therapy. And if not, definitely still just dealing with PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Okay.
about
So
reading the
yeah,
book, but I was like, I don't know if I can do the book after watching both the
yeah,
documentaries
she
and
wrote the
watching
book.
this.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
like, it might be a little
the mama
graphic.
wrote a book. The
It
mama
was.
wrote a book too.
They wrote the
It
book
was
together.
another question I wanted
Yeah,
to
they wrote it
ask y'all
together.
too.
Yeah.
Do you remember when she got taken the first time and he brought her and the FBI brought her back and they was like, she's not going to be the same person
Yes.
as she was when she left.
And
And I
she
Mhm.
feel
was
like the parents didn't take this serious to me.
No,
Like
they
because
no.
didn't
once
know
this
what that
happened, you should
meant.
have never let this man around your kid again, no
And
matter
thank
what.
and I want
They
to
didn't.
and thank goodness
But
for that
he
FBI
still was.
agent. He
They still
stayed
was
on this
coming to the
case.
house. I wouldn't even
Right.
have any. That the wife was still coming to the house. It was crazy.
I would have Moochie, I
Yeah.
would have moved. I would have
Yeah.
moved. I would have
Period.
packed up my family. We would have sold that house and
That's
we'd have
what I
been
said
out of
too.
that town in Idaho. We'd be somewhere
Yeah,
else.
because everybody
You
was
know,
looking at the family anyway, so I would have just packed, like you
they
said,
was
packed up
treating
and
the
gone.
family like they was criminals.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's how much Bob had a hold
Did
on the whole community. He was
yeah,
that
on the
Which
guy.
whole
they,
community. Because did they make
He
major
had a lot of
mistakes?
people in his
Yes,
pocket.
but they are still
Even
yeah,
when
that's
they
what I was gonna
went, do you remember? Didn't the nurse look odd when she came back? Like she was in cahoots with them too. The way the
I
nurse
feel
was
like
looking,
she
because at first
was.
Yeah, I think that
she
nurse was
I
because he
thought
was
she was
grooming a whole bunch of
pregnant.
people. He
Right.
had no
He was
he must
grooming the
have
whole
that great
town.
gift
Yeah,
of
she was
gab. He
pregnant.
can really smooth people talk. He knew how to talk to smooth things over with people. I don't know,
Mhm.
yeah. But
You saw her in the
yeah,
ice cream shop later on too. Looked like the lady with the blue eyes.
With the blue eyes. Yep.
He was just all over the
Yeah,
place.
it's like she was
yeah.
in the
Then
ice cream
ended up
shop later
buying
on.
that place, that little, to me, like it was like a
Oh
Dave and
yes.
Buster's. That's the
Fun.
worst place for
Oh,
someone
and
like
oh
them
yeah.
to have. The
Okay.
worst business for
Remember when they
someone
went to
like them to
that?
have.
They went to where was it? Wisconsin? Where did they go to when it was that carnival? That little fair.
Utah somewhere.
Jackson Hole.
Okay. When she went there with him, that's when she ran away and jumped on the airplane, right? By herself.
Oh my God.
She jumped on.
Right.
Now this was 1970 something, because you can't even run through the airport that fast no more. Now you got to go through
Okay.
all the
Yeah, you
security
gotta
and
go
taking
to
off your
security and
taking off your
everything.
shoes and and unloosing your bra. You got to do all the stuff now to
You
go
better
to
not even
the
be
airport.
walking too fast.
You can't even run through the airport like you OJ Simpson. You can't even do that because you see somebody running, you thinking there's something going on. You know what I'm saying? So she got on
I'm
that
gonna get
plane
tackled
so
to the
fast.
ground.
You get tackled
Right.
to the ground. Yeah, so that was back when there was no security or nothing. She went and got on there by herself, and the mother was haul ass down with her daughter in the car trying to get to that airport. Oh, it was crazy.
But did
When
y'all
she
peep
showed up
when
at that place, and he was grooming probably all them girls in that at that fair, at that carnival place. You know,
I'm
and had
surprised
his
he didn't
son
have a lot
working
of
there.
kids.
You say he had a lot of kids?
I said I'm surprised.
He had 5 by Gail, but he might have had more kids
what
by
I'm
other
saying
women.
is I'm surprised he didn't have other children like with these young girls.
Oh, he might have. We probably just didn't hear about him. He probably got him out there now. It's probably some even. And thank goodness that he took his own life at the end of this whole thing.
Right.
You know, because he was going to end up going to prison. It took a very, very long time. He was in his 60s by the time they finally was able to really nail the cross to him. And then he was gonna go to prison, so he just ended up taking a whole bottle of pills and died, you know.
Probably
so
the same pills that he was feeding to that kid.
Right.
because he probably didn't want to go to that prison because them men in the prison wasn't going to tolerate
they
business.
You can go in there for drugs or something else, but murder or something else, but you ain't going there for no messing with no little girls, you know.
Right.
And they'll deal with you, you know. So
I know she was mad when she had to face him in court and he was sitting there lying.
Oh
yeah, when she was an adult by this time and she was screaming at him. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you feel like that, Jan. I said,
he still was manipulating her and talking. Oh, remember what the first time they went to court? Let's go back to
15 days.
The first time he only got 15 days. That's a vacation. He's sitting up there reading a book and just enjoying himself.
He gonna do some reading.
Right.
And he did. He sat back like he was at the beach and he just enjoying himself and
reading the letters to the other inmates.
Mexican prison. Because
he was
remember they counted,
he
counted some of that time, and then that's how he ended up getting the 15 days.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah. And then she was
missing longer but he did 30.
She was kidnapped longer than he stayed in jail.
Exactly.
Right. Yes, Tamika, the mama and the daddy, they really should go in the furnace, but they victims, so that's the only reason why I didn't throw them in the furnace.
No, they're not victims.
Well,
they was grown adults.
I mean, they was groomed too.
No,
they was groomed.
Yes, they were.
They got to go.
Yeah, they was groomed.
Your children are in at. Come on now, no.
I am with you because the mama banned me. I would have been ripping his neck. I would have been tearing Gail's wig off her head. I would have been fighting her all up and down that street. The mama banned me.
Yes,
man, I know.
I don't know why she let her in when she had that big behind tape recorder on the counter in the kitchen. Why you letting her in?
She had a big old boom box up on that thing. She had a big boom box up there. Yeah. Oh my goodness!
He's fighting on sight. No,
and he went back and told Gail. Gail went back and told him. That's why when he told Mary on the phone, "Oh yeah, I know you're recording this," because Gail saw it. She said they was so stupid. But they good.
She said, "Did Gail tell you?"
Thank goodness that one FBI guy because he stayed on that case, even when his superiors told him get off her, stop.
I appreciate it. He kept the gas. He kept the pipes warm. He was not playing with him.
No, thank goodness for him. I mean, that guess is one good person in law enforcement because he definitely
because the DA was through when the daddy said he sent the official marriage license back to Mexico. He was like, don't tell me that you sent it.
He said,
"Did y'all make the original copy?" I said,
"He said, but did you at least make copies, right?" He's like,
no.
I was like,
once you send it to Mexico, you're never getting it back again.
Okay. He had his own business. You mean to tell me you didn't think smart enough to make a copy of this?
Okay, I would have made 12 copies of it.
This is when they was pissing me off. It was just like they was so gullible
naive
and naive.
Yeah,
the mom get up on the stand
of this craziness that they was doing.
Yeah,
right.
That's why they need to go. They need to go in the furnace.
They definitely do. And I'm with Monique Johnson. I don't play with anybody being around my child. And, you know, I mean, my son's adult now, but if somebody messing with, I'm gonna fight them too. And I don't care, he's an adult. We both fight this person.
Okay,
I mean, you know. I mean, still, no matter what, you ain't gonna mess with my family. You know.
Yeah.
No, you don't care how old, young, whatever. I don't like people messing with older people, you know, senior citizens, elders, and I don't like people messing around with no kids. I think it's
Right.
just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just sick. Because they always go with people who are weak.
You see Kendall's message?
Yeah.
They
What?
go with people who weak, who cannot do for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Kendall said the only reason why Gail came around was to get info for B.
Yep.
That's all.
Right. That was it. And it was so obvious.
Oh yeah, yes, to get info. Yeah,
That's
it
why
was
I wanted
obvious.
to think
And
it's
they needed to
so-
stop talking to Gail. Stop having her over.
Yeah.
Why you
Right.
talking to her?
Marianne. That was Marianne though. Well, Gail didn't do anything wrong. The kids didn't
The
do
first
anything
time she
wrong.
came over there and said, "Don't call the
Once
cops,"
she
I'd
was
have been
about to
like,
lose her husband, then she realized, okay, that's when she woke up. Is when Bob was
Right.
going to divorce her, and she had to go stay with her mama. That's when she realized, I lost everything. I screwed up Roy, you know. And it took but that was so many years that passed, you know.
yeah.
When y'all got her back from Mexico, they should have packed up and moved from that
That
Idaho
was
town.
it. Right.
Yeah. But they act like, you know,
that hammer that he bought the second time he took her.
Right.
For real.
Yeah.
He needed a ham upside his head. You know, that's what they should have gotten him and man, everybody in that neighborhood should have taken care of this guy.
Yeah, they should have did him how they did Frankenstein back in the day with torches and everything.
Okay, drag him through the city streets, drag him to town hall.
Yeah, they did that on Freddy Krueger too. The story of Freddy Krueger was he was a child molester, and the parents had all took him and threw him in the furnace. Actually, yep, they took him
He
threw
was the original
and burnt him up, and then he came back in the dreams and got the kid. But that's, you know, I don't know. But this whole town, everybody in this town was Mormons. They was all.
Yes, I told you that's what it was.
That's why I said it's like a cult. It's like everybody in town.
It is like a cult.
Man.
And it said yeah, it could happen to Black people, but our reaction once learning about it would be different. Yeah. Oh, it definitely could happen to any race. It could happen to anybody. But I think that we would eventually woke up at some point. Unless we was unless we was in a cult kind of situation. I don't know. It just seemed wild to me.
Because I listened to a podcast that she was on, and it was two girls that used to be in a cult. They were interviewing Jan about her experience and how similar the experience was with B and the Mormons as it was to them being in a cult. I said, "Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness,
it's crazy."
The grooming and everything.
Right. They said the Mormon is like that.
Yeah,
the Mormon religion.
You see a lot of that. I think that was is that the same one that was Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey?
Oh, no, that's crazy. Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey is bananas.
Oh, I ain't see that. Okay.
Even the Shiny family, about the Duggard family. I saw
that documentary. If nobody saw that, go to Amazon Prime. It's on there about the Duggar family. That whole thing mesmerized me. I remember I used to watch that show. I used to watch 12 Kids Count or whatever. I used to watch that show, and they used to be on Oprah's show. They was on Today. They used to be on everybody's platform, and I used to watch that show. But then as time went on, I said, "Wait a minute, there's something real weird about this."
Right?
First,
something right.
So yeah, but that documentary that was wild about that Duggar family.
The new age Brobergs.
Well, one of them is in prison right now
right, because he was molesting his sisters.
One of the sons.
His own sisters.
That is crazy.
He was molesting his own sisters. Yeah,
and
one of the sisters finally broke away from the family. She don't have no contact with the family. One of the sisters and her husband, they broke away from them, and they don't deal with her. So one of them did get free, but the rest of them is still in that cult like situation, and they Mormons too, and they all Mormons too. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, so
and they said the daddy wasn't even paying them; like he wanted to pay them minimum wage.
Oh yeah,
millions on that.
Yeah, they made millions, and they end up being broke. You know,
and they kept having babies. I'm like, girl, lady, you giving your life that's 50-50. Every time you gotta
she almost died the last time.
Yep.
Like I might keep doing it to myself.
No.
But
Yeah,
that's
they
how they get
definitely
them,
was
because it's
naive.
like they threaten to excommunicate them and then not have any contact with anybody. So it's like, well, you gonna go from this is your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, the whole community till nobody can talk about, talk to you.
Mhm.
So they
You
get
know what
kind of
another
sucked
Yeah.
group
in,
they
like,
do this with is the Amish community. It's the
Yes.
Amish
yeah,
Very
community is
similar.
similar to this too. They
And
this
the Jehovah Witness.
Jehovah's
and
Yes.
Witness,
Jehovah's
And
Witness. Yeah.
mhm,
Mhm.
Scientology. They all got the
Scientology,
same
yep,
little
Yeah.
approach.
Yeah, definitely the Scientology. That's
Yeah.
a cult for sure. You
For
know.
sure.
And
Yeah. Because I've
yeah,
heard of one of the YouTubers
there's a
talk
lot of
about
horror stories.
Jehovah's
I done
Witness.
seen some documentaries and people they have gotten threatened.
mhm,
Almost got their life taken out of here and everything because they tried to get out of the situation. Same with the Amish. If you break away, you can't come back and visit your family. They don't even talk to you. You just so you pretty much on your own and got to start your own life as a brand new person.
Even some Jehovah's
Fine.
Witnesses be acting like that. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I've
yeah,
known
you
Jehovah
get this
Witnesses
fellowship.
that
Yeah,
this
yeah,
fellowship, and
yeah.
now they don't talk to their family. I just
And
like, I guess that's where the black people I know that will probably be going through something like this will come in at. Like
Yep,
any black folks, Jehovah Witnesses, they definitely know about that excommunication.
yes, right. I used to
100%.
see the Mormons around here in my neighborhood. I ain't seen them for a while, but they have on the white shirts and the black pants.
Little black
They be
pants,
riding on
riding a bike.
bicycles,
Yes.
and they would be going around and and I tell them right away, I'm sorry, I'm not interested by, don't even come around here,
Man, them people my granny used to be putting them to work because they'd come and try to give her the word. They'd be up there pulling weeds, painting walls and everything, vacuuming, trying to convert her to Mormonism. I was like, Granny, please stop letting these folks in your house.
Oh, Kendall,
The
yeah, that
Latter-day
lawyer,
Saints.
that lawyer was crazy. Yeah.
Oh, the
That
I
lawyer
mean,
one
was
they
making
had
lawyer,
me
so
so
many
mad.
the
Jennifer
Bees
manipulative
Ferguson.
lawyer,
around them.
she
His
was
lawyer.
Bees lawyer, that lady, she
Jennifer
was no good.
Ferguson.
She was
Right.
no good.
Yeah,
hmm
And her face was so irritating when she was trying to really manipulate them into signing the papers. He was like, but I mean, this is just isn't true. She was like, well, do you want it to come out that you guys were together? And I was just
And
like,
that's why he had
wow.
to go to the
yeah,
church and
Bob's
tell
a
everybody, right?
homosexual.
I
Yeah,
Right.
think that's why he
Poor
had to go to the
Bob.
church and confess and tell because it was probably was
yep,
gonna
It's
come out.
coming out in the court
I was
it's gonna
papers.
come
glad
out anyway.
Bob didn't get weak and like take himself out because it seemed like it
Yeah,
would have come to that for him because he was
hmm
just so
hmm
heartbroken and embarrassed.
Yeah, he's passed away, but not
yeah, because
because he
they
took
said he didn't
himself
tell the
out
wife
either.
for
hmm
years.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that lady was nasty. She ain't care nothing about the whole situation. She was probably just trying to get paid. She was nasty, and but
yep,
that last lawyer that he had, he said look, you got to bring the girl back. You got to bring her back today. He was,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah,
he's like, you going
But
to
that detective
jail?
wasn't playing though. That detective
because
was
he wasn't
on it.
trying to go to jail because the FBI was gonna come out to him too.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
that detective was on it though. He followed him and traced the phone call back when they was
Yep,
looking for the little girl when they ended up finding
oh,
her.
that was so
But
smart to
Oh,
figure
right
out
with
yeah,
the
how
he
many
was on
coins
it.
coins.
in the payphone. And they
Yeah,
Right.
said
It was like,
yeah,
so
that's
many
nine
yeah.
coins would be
coins.
for this place, and so many
Mm-hmm.
coins would be for that place, based on the area codes or whatever it was. And
Uh-huh. They
they
were
was,
on it.
yeah,
yeah, I give the FBI credit on that
For the
because that
time
one
of
guy
year.
wasn't letting up. That one guy,
Right.
Uh-huh.
He was using the most technology he could for the time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because at this time,
yeah,
but there was still pay phones at that time, so they had to figure,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's why it took so many years. But because they, now they can just digitally find out where you are now. You ping your
yep,
phone and all kinds of stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
But that was yeah, it took a while, but he stayed on that case. He even tried to do a little undercover thing, but he got caught. Sitting in the car
Uh-huh.
eating a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bob
he walked right up
but
to
B,
him.
B was smart. He saw him sitting over there, and
Mm-hmm.
oh Lord, I mean, and and I know I didn't have a little girl, but you got to work. You got to watch your boys just as well too, because people be grooming the
yep,
boys.
Yeah.
yep, sure
Yep.
do.
And Candy, you got a little girl. You better watch your
Hey,
eyeballs on these
Shanna.
people. I'm telling you, they wild out here. And
Yeah,
even
be like, she
family
right
members.
here.
I mean, I don't want to talk about nobody's family, but
Yeah.
everybody, somebody might have a creepy
Everybody's got
uncle,
a
creepy
fan.
cousin,
Yep,
creepy
a
granddad,
creepy
something.
uncle.
And don't be letting the kids sit in the laps and people's laps. Don't let them sit in Santa Claus lap, all that crazy stuff. Stop
The
all
Easter
that.
bunny.
Easter bunny
Easter bunny.
either.
Stop all that, y'all.
Mm-mm.
That day is over with. Don't
Right,
do
that's
that.
out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
Cause they
facts,
be
Susan. That day is
perverts.
over. Right, they
Yeah,
getting
they
them
be
jobs
perverts.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
never
don't like
liked
all
that
that
stuff.
hugging stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like all that
No.
hugging stuff. Or if the
Uh-uh.
kids would be
Kissing in the
tickling each
face.
other, I'd be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hated
Wi-Fi.
that. I never liked that tickling stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-mm.
that don't.
Yes.
Kissing, I
Yeah,
don't like
because it
people
could be
kissing
6
babies in the face and in the
kids.
mouth either. Oh, I can't stand
Yeah.
that. You don't grab
Yeah.
somebody's baby and kissing them in the lips and stuff. You're not the parent.
Mm-mm.
You know.
Right.
Gross.
Yeah, Matthew, it's rough.
Kendall
let
is
me
a
see.
trip.
Let me see.
Kendall really got into the show, boy.
Yes,
He was
Kendall
on
was
it.
on this one.
Yeah.
The Brobers told the family, don't F with me. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Yeah, that lawyer wasn't playing. That lawyer wasn't playing. He wasn't playing with
They
nobody.
messing with these
They ended up
kids.
getting themselves a good lawyer.
Him.
That last lawyer they had, that they got themselves a good lawyer. Because
Yeah,
that lawyer was
wasn't playing with the lawyer wasn't even playing with them.
mm-hmm.
Right.
He can play me that stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's you just don't mess with. Yeah, I agree there. You just don't mess with people's children at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the documentary on both Peacock and Netflix.
Yeah.
And but you can Google the story. It's all on Wikipedia, it's on other different articles. You can see the real life people and all that kind of stuff. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I mean, see, that's what happens when I'm
can go to
scrolling through
Spotify and
these
listen to
streaming
like a bunch of
platforms and I just
podcasts
find
too.
something crazy like this.
Yeah, you go down the rabbit hole with this latest story.
It is so much that we didn't touch on, and they did a good job of trying to narrow down many years in 9 episodes, because this went on for many years, and they just try to condense it down. And I want to go back to that Gail, the wife. Like after a while, she should have been like, she didn't even. I don't even think she was helpful at all, right? She didn't even. Did she do anything to try to help?
She was groomed too, though. Somebody said that. I think it was Moochie.
Yeah, I think she was groomed. I think she was groomed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She told
me. He talked down. They got together like when she was a little bit older than the girl.
What'd you say, Moochie?
Wow.
I said she had explained. Remember how we used to go for drives? It sounds just like him and Jan's little relationship.
Yeah.
He away in his car and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's a little bit older.
She said that to somebody.
So I think he groomed her too. That's why she was so afraid. But I guess she got too old for him, and she knew because it was someone else before
Yes.
Jan.
Yes. Yeah.
So I wonder, was he abusive? Because the way she acted, like he was abusive.
Yeah, she acted scared.
She looked scared. He was probably emotionally abusive. He probably will be tearing her up. Like when we see him be emotionally
he might not
abusive,
punch her in the face, but he emotionally and spiritually, mentally abused her.
He definitely broke her
like
down.
She was scared of him. Like she had like she was afraid of him though.
I think she was.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did have the blicky on him the same time that the wife had it too.
Oh, he had blicky too. Yeah.
But you know what? He can be because he spazzed out on Jan. Remember, that's why she had that accident. So I bet he spazzed out on this. Oh, I'm sorry, we ain't supposed to say that word in it. I bet he flips on that lady on her like that.
Candy, I feel like that too.
Yeah, so I'm sure he get it. Yeah. They made Beyonce take it out of her song.
I know I know we can't say nothing no more. Lord have mercy.
That
alien story, Derek. That alien story was wild. Now, I mean, that's when. I mean, I understand you. If you 8 years old, little 8, 9, 10-year-old, you probably kind of a little silly. By the time she got to be 14 and over, like, why didn't she wake up a little bit?
Yeah.
Are you still believing in Santa Claus too, Jen, or what?
Okay, right. But they Mormons, they might. Did they believe it? Do they believe in Santa Claus? Well, yeah, because somebody prayed. They were Santa Claus, so they do.
Bob, the father, was dressed up as Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
They was all
they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's how she
Yeah,
said she
no.
came out of it when she started to like do things, and then what he said was going to happen didn't happen. That's kind of how she kind of figured out, like, oh,
And when she
How she
touched her
touched the
fall was
boy
hard.
hand.
like
She touched her
nobody was
fall was hard or
vaporized.
Don't touch
something.
any boys, you'll be vaporized.
Right.
She went to the
Yeah.
dance
Don't
with the
play up
little
with that
boy,
boy.
and she had a good time.
Mhm.
It ain't
Mhm.
I
nothing
said, this
happened.
little boy is he's scared to
He,
even ask her to do
he was a nice little
anything.
kid because he wasn't
He
scared to
was
go out where
very
everybody else
patient.
probably thought she was a weirdo, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, the mother finally did come around toward the end. I mean, she took a long time though. Yeah, she
But
finally
she
did get
was
some
butthurt
balls
for a
toward the end.
while. Cause when she found out about that marriage license, the way that she was crying as if like he married her and not me, like she felt like brokenhearted by B. That's what she was giving. So it seemed like once she
Uh-huh.
finally realized, like, oh, you was playing me, dude, then
Yeah.
that's when she finally kicked in and got with it.
Yeah.
But it
That's
took her
crazy. Like they was
forever.
competing in
Yeah, it
competition.
was.
Like, girl.
Yeah, so he
Yeah, it
convinced
took
his
her
wife
too
of the
long to
alien
catch on
story,
too.
isolated her. Yeah, because the wife didn't have no friends. You could see, like, you look like she's scary. She looks
Mhm.
Man, you know
scared,
what?
you
That's
know.
Yeah.
probably what it
She
was.
looked
She
like a
probably
little
was
olive
getting a
oil. Like
little.
any little thing, she's scared, you know.
She gonna break down and cry. Yeah, he
That's how
probably
she
had the
Yeah.
looked.
tape recorder playing for her too. Talking about female
Uh-huh.
companion. He probably had one for her. Another message.
Okay,
Yeah.
And
remember
then
that
she
one
took her
scene
over there
that
to see, oh, he was building an RV, and
Mhm.
took him over there and was like, oh, I don't have the key. I'd be like, you better break this damn door.
Right.
exactly?
Okay.
Miriam was
Yeah,
like, "How you
she
don't know
crawled
about
down on the
this?"
floor. She
I would
crawled
have
down
put
on the
my
floor
hand around her
and
Miriam
throat.
the thing
was
was
in
gone.
to do a
But
lot.
why wouldn't you tell me that right away? You
Right.
know,
Right.
She was part of it.
She knew
She was
something
Right,
was
part
because
of
up.
it.
that was not the first girl. She done probably busted B a
Yeah.
million times doing this kind of
No.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
she know that she ain't about to go and get no job that can support all them kids she done popped out. So she got
right.
to go
That's
with the
right.
flow.
And when he got divorced from her, he said, "I'm always going to take care of you and the children." You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
he did
But
say
So
something
remember
yeah,
in
about
the
that was
that.
why she had to remain
Yeah,
loyal.
Jan was calling her father
yeah.
Bob. She
Yeah.
definitely was calling him Bob.
Uh-huh. She started calling them by their name.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But remember in the beginning when he first took her, like the first day, and this went over there, and he said they was like, well, where would you think he would be? Well, I'll call his cousin or somebody in somewhere to see if they've seen him. But maybe he had a flat tire, or maybe the car
I'm
broke
sure it's
down.
just car
What?
trouble.
Shit up. Oh,
No, she said, man, y'all can't find this man because he gonna stop taking care of me if he get busted.
Mhm.
I got to
Yeah.
secure the bag.
Listen, the minute I called her and she was like, well, let me come over there, I'd have been like, never mind. You don't got to come over here and
Right.
send to me. I'm going to just call the cops.
Never
yeah.
mind. Right. We about to call him, girl.
Mhm.
Yeah, she
Let
was
me
making
come over there
excuses.
and
Maybe
talk
the
to
car
you.
broke down. Girl.
Have y'all
Never mind,
covered
girl. You
the
good.
Saving Norris Smith story on Pocket FM and YouTube? No, I ain't heard about that. I saw a long commercial
No.
about it being in.
Mhm.
Oh no, I haven't heard about that treadmill. It's so many
No, but
these crazy stories.
Hey, don't
I
tell us
mean,
we'll find
yeah,
one
it's a
and
lot.
get stuck.
yeah, we'll find another one. That was because
Definitely.
me and Moochie was talking behind the scenes that this reminded us of that other crazy story we covered called
Yeah.
Candy. Remember that lady
Mhm.
Candy who
Oh,
took her husband out?
Oh,
It kind of
yeah.
gave me
yeah,
that feel
yeah.
that it was 1970 something.
That was crazy.
That was a wild story.
And the one
Yeah.
y'all did
Yeah, that was intense.
to go at the Apple. That was good too. But
Yeah.
it was like I liked all of them so far.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
to be
does remind you of Candy,
they
though.
called the Popo, but they didn't really do nothing. They said, "Have y'all seen a green car? Did anybody get in an accident?" He didn't really do nothing. It took a while before they
Yeah,
ended
that's
up
because
getting
the
in
wife
touch
was
with the
standing there. I'd
FBI.
have been like,
That
They
was
had to finally call
weird.
the FBI before
He
something
got on
started
my
happening.
nerves.
And then he had to wait over the weekend because it was a holiday or something, and he had to wait
That's
that Monday.
that's how he ended up keeping them for 2 months almost.
Like, frick.
And
Oh,
she's saying nothing happened. They checked her out and they said, I still believe something happened.
That
Oh,
male
no,
doctor,
something did
like
happen.
he
Candy
knew what he was
said,
She
doing. He
ended up
just
did
didn't
getting
break her, what's her name?
molested, right?
Yeah, she
Because
ended
she
up
had
getting
her,
that was
He
her
was
happening
she woke
focused.
up and her
since.
nightgown was
He
twisted
was,
around
yeah.
her and
Yep.
turned her
Yeah,
He just
in
knew what he was
the
doing, so he didn't break
documentary.
her.
They said she
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was you saying, Miss Kara?
It's
No,
breaking
I
up.
was saying he do something to her, but he just didn't break her hymen. So I was breaking up.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Right. He
It could be
just
my
might have had a
crazy
big
internet. I
enough
don't know.
Peter Weeder. That's
Yeah,
probably
so
all that was.
he might have been doing oral to her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Jan
Yeah.
said in the
Or just
documentary
playing.
that it had been happening, or even on that last episode, she said since she was 12, when we went to Mexico, like basically he's been
Right.
trying to get me pregnant so I could save this community or whatever. So it had been happening. He probably was, I don't know, maybe he just did not break the hymen, or
He
maybe
must have
that
stretched it
man
or
didn't know what
something
he
so it
was.
didn't snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
But
doctor probably didn't know what he
Or
was looking
that.
for.
yeah, but the doctor, and I didn't like that they had a male doctor looking at her. Maybe they didn't have any
Right, Candy.
female doctors then, but I didn't like that she was being
I don't
examined.
think the
I
doctor
would have
really
said
did an
no.
examination, though.
I've been
The
I
nurse
don't think
living
he
with a
really
man
did an
for 30
examination on her.
days.
They had the nurse
Right.
in the room with him.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, and I would have
Moochie,
been there
that part.
too. My
I
child
don't
been
think
Yeah.
with
the
a man
doctor
for
really
The
30
did an
nurse
days.
was
I
examination.
let
He
her
dealing,
probably
know.
said, "Oh,
she
she's
was
doing
dealing
good.
with it. I'm
Everything's
sorry.
fine."
I think the whole town was in court.
No.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
whole
think that
town.
doctor did a physical examination
Something
and really looked up in
I
the
thought that
hoo-ha.
too,
I don't think
Kendall.
so.
I don't think
So,
so.
that was
he,
crazy. Like, no.
when the guy, he said,
I
when the
did too.
guy, the FBI daughter came home late. Yeah, I thought B did something too. I did
She got in
too.
her ass though.
Yeah, I thought,
Mhm.
y'all, he was furious because he was
And I
scared.
was
Right.
glad. I was glad he got in her butt because she needed it.
For real. Like, girl, it's creeps out here on the loose, and you don't even
Yeah.
know what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah, like you have no idea.
Okay.
You playing.
No, she just comes strolling in late. You know what I'm saying? Like she grown. I mean, like,
Mhm.
but I thought B did something
Yeah.
to
Retaliation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
that's what I
thinking that
thought
too.
too.
They let us. They
Yep.
kind of dramatize it to let us believe that. That's what I was
Mhm.
Right.
and I think they did a good job with this. I know some things was probably not in the order that it really happened, and some things didn't. It's made for TV, so they
Yeah.
got to stretch it out a little bit. But I think they did a good job. They got the basis of it right, though.
And from the documentary,
Yeah.
it wasn't too loosely based. Like, it
Yeah, it
seemed
seemed like
very much
right. I agree.
real.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
yeah, they did a good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, I
But
hadn't seen the documentary in a while.
that
but-
mother on the documentary, she really was. Miss Carrie, she really was distraught. She called her own self a bitch. She said, "I felt like
Yeah,
a
she was like,
dirty
I felt like a
bitch."
bitch.
She did.
Yeah.
Moochie, the mother,
She right.
the mother
She
called
right.
herself a dirty bitch. You know,
Yeah. Rightfully so.
I mean,
I throw them in the
She
furnace.
did.
Please, Ingrid.
Her eyes was watery the
They got to
whole
go.
but
time.
she was crying. She
Like,
was very upset.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm. She said hymens don't
That too.
always break during intercourse. Some
Right.
doing
You could have
gymnastics,
broke it during
horseback
a
riding.
Horseback
bicycle.
riding. That's probably why he took a horseback riding though.
Oh,
People,
yes,
look, I'm
Moochie. It
telling
was so
you, he was
But I
calculated.
thought they
Oh
thinking
said
my
it was
God.
he was
intact
thinking
though.
10 steps ahead of everything.
Well, it did. Yeah, according to that doctor, if he did a
Yeah.
internal examination, put the glove on, and go up in there and look, he probably did. He said it wasn't broken, that she still was good. You know.
Yeah, that's what the doctor
Man,
said.
he don't know what he talking
But they
about.
stayed in the house. They kept going to that church. They
That
kept
part.
her in the same school. I would have left our whole community.
She
I would
wasn't even
have
supposed to
sold my
talk to
business in a
the
flower
sons
shop.
at the school, and she was talking to them anyway.
Right. Because the mama had already said, it's no harm in her talking to the boys. But that
Right.
police
Yeah.
officer, that agent said, y'all don't need to be worried about B's state of mind. You need to be worried about your daughter, and y'all don't need to be talking to them, not even the
Right.
wife or
Right.
the kids. And they
He
was just
messed
looking
Jane up.
like,
He messed Jane up so much. He thought these like strangers with the people from. I think all that was a
you
setup.
see
Though.
how
I
she
think,
was looking at everybody like, oh, is that
yeah,
one?
that's right. Right. And you never know. I mean, he really did a number. I mean, he probably was also giving her
He did.
some psychiatric drugs, something to mess her up, because she was messed up. Yeah. And he did it to many other girls and their families. So I'm glad he took his own self out. I'm glad he ain't here now, because he'll probably still be trying to do it if he was walking the streets. But unfortunately,
I
there's
kind
so
of wish
many
he
people
went to
out-
prison though,
Me too.
For at least
and
a
let
little
somebody else
bit.
do it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
I
him
agree.
suffer.
Just so he could suffer. Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
just so he could suffer. Yeah. But at least Jan could walk the streets and not worry about if he gonna pop up again, because he kept trying to contact her even as an adult.
Oh my
That's so
Even
God,
as an
crazy.
adult,
right.
he kept trying to reach her.
Yeah, that's
He
too
would not leave her
traumatic.
How
alone.
he called the
I
house when they
wouldn't
was
even want to
playing a
hear a
couple of
phone
months later,
ring.
and she answered the phone and hung up.
Right.
Right.
He was
Oh,
like,
that's
damn,
yeah,
I
and that's
lost
when
her.
I think that's by that time she really got the strength then. She didn't even get upset by then. They was doing a puzzle again as a family, and she just went on and slammed the phone down and kept going. She said, "Oh, that was the wrong number." So that's
Yep, and
when we
sat
knew
next to
then,
her
okay,
daddy.
she's starting to
Yeah.
heal then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean he was obsessed with her. He really
Yes.
was. Okay, yeah, that's what the hippie people. I'm thinking that he might have sent these people over there to her.
Sorry,
Unless
somebody
that
he
was just all in her
paid.
mind. You think that was
Yeah.
just in her mind? She was a little, crazy,
No,
or
I think he was
Probably
telling the
paid them.
story.
Or the two hippies
Mm,
Kept seeing him
mm,
walk
mm,
by.
mm.
and walking
Yeah,
by.
yeah.
Oh,
That
I think that was. Remember he had the lady from
The hospital, the
the
nurse.
hospital. I
Mm-hmm.
think they was doing that, but I think it was all in her head too, though, because she was like she was still kind of believing everything he was saying.
right.
So she was thinking that people was watching her. Some of them were aliens. So I think he was still inside her head with that.
Right.
Mhm. I bet you
Yeah.
to this day, and she's probably in her 60s, I guess. Probably, she probably just still messed up to this day.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sure she can't
Mhm.
stand to hear a phone ring, because that's how I would be feeling like,
But
oh
she
my
did a
God.
lot of crime stuff, crime stories and stuff. Cause I looked
Yeah.
Oh,
her
okay.
up. I looked her up earlier.
She got a foundation. She helps out other victims and stuff. So I guess she's doing good work. But she probably still messed up, and she got an adult son. That he said he been through it with his mother though.
Mhm.
In the documentary,
Mm-hmm.
he said he been through it with his mother,
Yep.
and but he said he
4
forgives
husbands
her.
later.
Yeah, I mean, but that probably was just she's still looking for another B to take care of her. She probably just all
Right.
messed up.
Somebody to tell her what to do.
Yeah, a lot of times people who are victimized, they go out here and they become, you would think they wouldn't want to be bothered with no men after that, but they keep going on and doing stuff.
Angel
So
from BMF, prime example.
Yeah.
yeah, like that. Yes, things like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you can feel the hurt when she realized it was all a lie. Yeah, she was
Ooh, when
done
she
by that
started
time.
tearing up them
Yeah.
letters.
Yeah, and I'm
Me
glad
too,
that
Kendra.
she did not get pregnant.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
I'm glad she didn't get
know.
Yeah.
pregnant.
I was kind of worried about that.
Hey, Mr.
Like thinking
Harris.
it was going to happen, rather.
Mhm.
Right. Cause yeah, he was trying for
And she
so
tried.
long. Yeah.
Y'all,
That was crazy.
we got to watch our children, and if you got
Well, I mean,
grandchildren, I mean, you just got to watch your nieces, your nephews. You got to just watch over we got to watch over these babies out here.
mhm.
These people, it's a lot of
Yes,
predators. You know,
it just is.
it is, and we can, unfortunately we can't watch people 24 hours a day. But if we see something, we got to nip it in the bud right away.
Yeah.
And
And
I don't care if it's
educate them
somebody's family
kids
member.
too. Right. Tell your kids, like, if somebody, like, let them know, if somebody tell you this, it's never okay. Like, because
Yeah.
that's how B was getting
Yeah, and that
into
was
the
the
girl's
problem because
head.
it's like,
Don't tell nobody.
yep,
Like,
saying
what?
I'll
If
tell.
somebody tell
Yep.
you that,
Yeah,
tell me.
yeah.
That's
Then
a
you better
They,
tell
trigger.
it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
never okay. Yeah.
mm-hmm. I used to ask my son when he was little and he would go off to camp and stuff. I used to ask him
Yeah.
questions,
Did
and I
anybody
don't care if
touch
it
you
made
right
him
here?
uncomfortable. I used to have conversations like this with him, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you tell me if anybody, a teacher, anybody, when he played basketball, even as a little boy, about the, I would be I used to go to all the practices, and they was like, oh, I'll pick him up and stuff. No, I'll go with I'll go to the thing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't putting them in the van and with all the other kids, and I don't know. You might not never make it to
Right.
the game, and be gone with all the children. So
Right.
I used to go to the practices and the basketball games when my son played basketball
Well, me
as
too.
a little boy.
I was driving them and stuff. I was like the
Yeah.
team mom.
Yeah, I didn't
Mhm.
leave mine
I
alone
changed
too
my
long.
schedule.
Yeah,
and
I used to
everything
bring
when my son
water
was
and all
coming
kind of
along.
stuff and the little snacks and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
And because that
Mhm.
makes your kid not be a target. When they see that you present, they know
Yeah.
if any predators are in the vicinity, they know we can't do it with this one. Because
And
Right,
it's
mama
right,
and it's
is
right,
gonna
right.
definitely
be up
hard when you're a
here.
single parent like I was,
Yeah.
because you try to, you have to have a community of other people to help you out, because you have to
Right.
work. And I used to sometimes work 2-3 jobs because you got to pay the bills.
And you
And
gotta rely on
and you had
another
to rely on the
parent to
people,
bring them
but
home or
I still
something.
did what
Yeah.
I could do to always make sure I was there and
Right.
all the time, because you just can't trust nobody,
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad
Nope.
that it's like that you got to have your guards up like that, but it's hard.
Mhm.
This is difficult. So you
And
gotta do
that's
the
why
best.
they
And then
saying like don't have your children on social media
Yeah.
because you don't know
Because
because we
you
don't know
Yeah.
what
wonder
turns a
why.
predator on.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
you see these videos where the kids
And I
ain't
be telling
doing
my kids to
nothing
not put their
with
location
thousands
on
of
there too.
likes. Right.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like Moochie's grandson, right? He's too little to be on no social media. But like Miss Kara, you got big enough kids that they could be on social media. You got to make sure that they don't.
15-year-old.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That you got to make sure they're not on them
Yeah, I always tell them,
stupid
don't put
things.
your
You check
locations
their.
on.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
But these kids now, they come
Mhm.
out the womb knowing how to use an
And don't be
iPhone.
telling nobody
For
your
real.
business.
They
Yeah.
do. They know
Right,
how to use
Kara.
an iPad and stuff now.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm
That's right.
still
That's
figuring out all my
mandatory.
features on the thing. I don't even know every day. So, so they know so much more now. And
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's a good thing, but a lot of
Mhm.
time it's not.
Mhm. But
Right.
like, but they were saying like your kids posting, like you don't know what turns a person on. You know, they could be posing, they could be
Right. Eating a banana.
cheering, and
Just
gymnastics, them
in
outfits. You don't
there.
know what turns a predator on.
Right.
Something simple as a child being a gymnast.
Exactly.
You have to be careful these days, and
Because I
that's
have seen
nerve
some
wracking that you
videos,
can't
Candy,
do that.
like that, where it's just innocent little girls doing gymnastics moves, but it's like, okay, no, because the way that her butt was just in the camera, or the way that her legs came open, like this is what I would not want. This would be edited
Lord.
out. Because just as a parent, if you
Yep.
got that good eye, you like, this is not cool. Because I know like
Yeah.
that this is somebody's material. Like if you got
Yeah.
your baby eating fruit, like when I say eating a
Yeah.
banana, I mean
Yeah.
like a cut up banana.
Oh,
But
and
you
even
see
a
all
pickle
these
Yes.
too. A
millions of
pickle
Yes.
can look
likes.
one of those big fat
Like,
pickles can look sexual,
yes.
and a
Phallic.
banana and things
Yep.
like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because people are sick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're
Yep.
just sick. Yeah.
They don't care what it is. Something will turn them on.
It
And
could
You
it's
don't
be
not
know.
just the
anything,
men.
right?
We know we got the predators of the women too. Look at Mary Kay
Yeah.
Latordo. She
Yep.
passed
Oh
away now,
Lord.
but remember when she married
For
that little
sure.
13-year-old
Man, now
boy?
she was a bee. She was a bee, y'all. Cause yeah,
She
she
was
groomed that little
nasty.
boy.
That
That was
story
Had a
was so
nasty.
baby
wild,
by
and they
him.
made all kind of TV movies about it. I saw a couple of movies about that.
She had
I mean,
babies by him too, right?
Babies
they ended up
by
Yeah.
him
getting
and
married and
married
had
him.
about three, 4 kids. I think 3 children, 2 or 3
Yeah.
Married
children.
him.
Yeah.
That was
And the
crazy.
kids went to the same school that all that went
And she
down
had
at.
a
Like they
first set
never
of
left
kids.
the
Her first set of
town.
kids didn't mess with her no more. Her
Uh-huh.
husband divorced. The first husband divorced her. She had about 4 or 5 kids with the first husband, and then she ended up marrying this little boy after she came out of. She kept going back to him. They said, "Stay away from him. Stay away from him."
Oh, you
She
talking
went to
about
jail and
Mary
everything.
Kay
Mary
Latordo,
Kay
or whatever her name
Letourneau.
was.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
and
then
she finally passed
the
Yeah,
away
kids
from
they
on
just
there.
had
cancer.
that
But
Netflix thing. They just
She
had that
just passed
Netflix
away
movie
a
called
couple
May
of years
December that was
ago.
kind of loosely based on her.
Mhm.
Lucy Bake, yeah, there's a
It
lot of
is.
movies.
What's the
There are
name
a
of
lot of
Miss
movies.
Kira?
Ooh, right. I haven't seen that.
Huh?
Right.
I didn't hear you. What
The
did
one
you
on
say,
May
Mary
Kira?
Kay.
December. Yeah, it's
Wait,
based on
wait a
her.
minute. We can all talk at the same time because we say it again, Miss Kara. The name of the thing.
Netflix. It was on
Okay.
Netflix called May December. It was loosely based on Marianne.
Okay.
Mm.
Mary Ann or
I'll
Mary Kay
Yeah.
Letourneau?
yeah, that's her. That's the lady. She married
Okay.
that boy, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, by the time they got married, he was 18, but she started with him at 12 or 13. She was his
Mhm.
middle school teacher.
Mhm.
Right.
lusting out. Oh, and what about the other one?
The
Name
mother was easy with that one too. She
that
took
was
care of the baby
crazy.
when she got locked up. That was crazy.
Man,
She was
and that
pregnant
was
while she was in prison.
Yeah, but she took the baby after she gave
Yeah.
birth to it.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Nah. I mean,
And
but,
nobody
man,
gives nobody a 2-piece and a biscuit no more. I mean, what is
that's
going
what I'm
on?
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Somebody need to hammer upside their head on these people. And there was another lady too who slept with a teenage. What was I? She had the kid take her husband out. She's still in prison now. That lady Pam
Oh, I
something.
seen
Oh, you
that
talking
one.
about
What was her
I
name?
seen that on like a
I know what you're
Dateline.
talking about, but that was
Yeah,
the teacher
they did.
that
You
had
can
her
find
students
movies like Lifetime did a bunch of
out
movies on her and stuff,
Yeah.
and convinced the boy to end up taking out her husband. And but she's still to this day sitting in prison. So and
Yeah.
that's where you need to be. You know.
She's got life.
And
Yeah,
probably
she
still
can
in
stay
there
there till the
claiming her
rest of her life.
innocence.
Okay, so let me put this up here so anybody want to see it. May, December. I'll look for it.
I want to watch that too. Y'all done got me into that. I ain't
I
know
watch
that.
it
I told
tonight.
Candy.
It's
I
loosely
told Candy.
based.
I told Candy we got to find
like a
more these true
dramatization.
crime stories. I like these little true
Yeah.
crime stories like this, and like
That's
we
all
said,
I watch.
yeah, I like it. I like it. You know,
That's it.
we had to talk more about this. We had to get back together as a group and find some. Anybody know?
Yeah.
Y'all just let me know, and we can do more of them because I like
Yeah,
this kind of
I
stories.
do too. Yeah, I'm watching that tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, Kendall. I ain't want to say that because I don't want to sound like I'm a racist.
Oh no,
It's
no,
say
true.
you
that.
sound
I
different.
was
Yeah.
I was going to say it, but I said no. Ginger Snap, shut up. I don't say nothing because
Don't say
they
that.
they a little different than especially if you grow up sort of in the urban area too, sort of urban community. Even if it's the suburbs, but it's still a little more with it. If you out in the boonies somewhere, you
Right.
might think different, but I don't know. But their community was that whole community over there was stupid.
Yeah.
They just didn't they just nobody believed this guy B. They all thought he was so good because he's so nice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's so nice. He not,
They could not believe it. Like, I mean, why would B act like that? You see how he is. Even remember when the man, when Mr. Bird, the daddy, tried to call around looking for B, and the man was like, "Yeah, he said that you're a good guy, that you're his best friend, that could always lend him a hand." I said, "Not lend a hand." He started backing away from that phone, like, "Oh
Yes.
no,
A helping hand.
a helping hand."
Hey, but remember when he went and picked Jan up and he said, "I knew you were handy with something," and he pulled off real fast.
Right? Yeah.
But
Y'all
okay,
tell they gonna
what
keep
y'all
making
think
the
about
hand jokes.
the bishop? What y'all think about the bishop from the church when
I
he
wanted to knock
called
him out.
Bob on the payphone and said, I think I saw Jan in the car, but it turned out it wasn't Jan. It was another girl who was being groomed. But he thought he saw, and I think turned out, I think his own daughter probably was being groomed too.
But it ended up leading them to a right place because they were able to locate Jan after that. Well, it was well after that, but yeah, there was.
I mean, so it turns out that that's why I said that church
Because that was
knew.
the next
That's
mother-daughter
Latter-day
group.
Saints. They knew that this man was no
because
good.
he confessed to it.
Right.
He got
Same way Bob went and
too. They
confessed.
knew the details and still disfellowship those people, knowing that he was manipulating them, knowing that what he did.
Yeah, it's really upsetting. It's really frustrating. I mean, we can joke. Even told Candace we joke and laugh, but when we really kind of think about it, this whole thing is pissing me off. It was making my blood boil a couple of times. I was getting mad. Yeah, I was getting mad because I just say, oh man, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I don't know, but y'all, this was a good one. And I just happened to find it by scrolling through the Peacock. So it was it was a good one. And I'm glad y'all all wanted to talk about it with me. Otherwise I would have just been up here talking by myself, but but I'm glad y'all wanted to talk about it.
You're not gonna be by yourself with some good juicy stuff like this.
Yeah,
I'm glad I came on last. So thanks for having me, ladies.
yeah. Oh no, shoot, I appreciate it. So what y'all got going on? I know everybody be having stuff going on all week. Miss Kara keeps the stuff going. I look up and she be boom, boom, boom. I don't even get a chance to watch all the stuff. She be putting it so fast.
A little bit. Trying to get them numbers up.
Yeah. So
I did Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. Yeah, I did Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. I did Diara from Detroit and Love and Marriage DC, and that is it for me until our Ready to Love live until next week.
Yeah. So you cranked all that out this weekend? You put all that out this weekend?
No, I did Summer House. No, Summer House was Wednesday. Diara was Friday. Love and Marriage DC was Saturday. I'm trying to stretch them out.
Yeah,
because when I do everything on the weekend, the algorithm acts funny. But now that I'm stretching them out, I don't like that neither. Yeah,
we don't know how that works.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I did the Wednesday, but that ain't helping.
And Candy, what you got going on?
Later on, I think 9:30, Aries and I are going back to court. We're going to mind some other folks' business.
Down.
Like people's court. That's right.
And that's it right now. I think I might join y'all for BMF tomorrow. I got to stay busy in this algorithm because listen, like Miss Kira saying, you don't know what to do for these people. You don't know what they like or don't like. I don't know, and then I'll be back at it again next week with some more. Going back to court. I got to find another movie to watch so I can do another movie. Hopefully during the week. I need to find something during the week.
Wait a minute. Matthew said, "Mind the other folks' business is my joint." All right, you got a fan. Okay. You got a fan. Okay, well, come do it 9 o'clock tonight at 9:30. 9:30. Okay,
we're going back to child support.
I slid through it with y'all. What was it, last week or something? That thing was crazy. Yeah. That crazy lady. With her Party City wig on.
Yeah,
that was wild. And
then
that
lady was
Aries, you doing your smoke session?
Yes, I'm gonna come with the smoke session. So it's gonna be, since me and Candy gonna be on that thing, minding other folks' business at 9:30. It's gonna be what Inga has been asking for, the smoke session Aries After Dark edition. Okay, just so we ain't gonna be doing too much, it's just gonna be some mature conversation if we need to be. But yeah, so make sure that y'all tune in for that.
And right, put your kids to bed.
Right, put them in the bed, give them their melatonin.
That's right.
It comes to the smoke session.
That's right. That's
right.
Okay,
and what time is that?
That's gonna be whenever we get done with with the minding.
Okay.
And then Moochie, you always got a lot of things going on. Y'all got to check out her page. She got so much content. You can be watching from here to the rest of the year. So she got a lot of stuff going on there.
Yep.
So, which I know you got something good coming up this week, right?
Yes, we got tomorrow. Well, actually, we doing a recap, but EJ's hosting it Tuesday. Set It Off. Wednesday, Mayor of Kingstown, and I think that's it, right? I know we're supposed to do a movie this Thursday, but I don't know if we took a break. I got to get back with EJ and them, but
BMF. You just did BMF, I think.
Oh, and then BMF again. Because it's an episode. I know they're gonna take a break,
right?
They are gonna get a break, but I think we do get an episode this week.
Yeah, I think this episode, and then we get a break. I believe.
And you say Tuesday is Set It Off, right? I love that movie, Set It Off.
I'm gonna tap into that for sure.
Yeah, I love it. I ain't seen it in a minute too. So.
And I love that y'all covering the Mayor of Kingstown, because man, that is my show.
Yes,
they got me watching now. Yeah, so it's
So we catching up with that with the first 2 seasons.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
On episode 4 and 5.
Yeah,
so
4 and 5.
Episodes we doing this
Wednesday. Wednesday at what? What are we doing? 10 at 10. Okay.
Did you watch the end
Yeah.
of the episode, Inga?
She watched
Yep,
and
yeah,
read, I believe.
that yeah, because I was only like 10 minutes. I had only missed that 10 minutes, but that last part when that guy went to they had him in the jet. Man, that was what
They
he
poked him
deserved
up
it.
bad.
I don't feel
Yeah.
sorry for him. He deserved that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, sure
he
did.
deserved that. So, but it at 7:30, me, Miss Kara again, and Shanna's gonna come back and finish up the last part of this Ready to Love reunion. And these people just a mess. So we're just
Look at
saying
Miss
to them.
Kara shaking
Yeah,
her head.
mess.
we're just saying.
A
Well,
hot ass
I
mess.
didn't
Okay.
realize it was going to be a two-parter because I could have, if it had just been one, we could have just finished it up, did it last week, but it was two parts. So I'm ready to be done with these people. So
There's 2 parts here.
this the last one. After that, I'm done with these people.
We're gonna wrap them
So
up.
yeah, just wrap it up, and then so we had a double header today, but then this coming week, what else we have going on? I don't have nothing planned for the week. Oh, I'm gonna do BMF when I'm gonna hook up with Moochie on Wednesday for Mad Kingstown, and then I guess my BMF would be either Friday or Saturday or Sunday or something, whatever. I don't have it scheduled yet, so
Are you gonna still do Summer House, or you gave up?
I still like the show, but
You
I
still-
think I'm gonna just probably watch it and just listen to y'all review.
Okay.
I don't know because I'm
Yeah, I
already
gotta catch
behind
up
in
with
it now,
yours,
so
Miss Kara, with
I'll
Summer
probably
House.
just
You be throwing them up there too. I'll be like, oh, okay.
I know, and then again, I might just go up there and do like a talk about a couple of episodes. Like last time, I just did 1 and 2. I might go. So who knows? So I'm trying to put stuff up there just to keep. I'm trying.
Well, you're doing a great job, Inga.
Thanks
I like
to
the way
me.
you put this together.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm trying to learn, and I definitely take all the any criticism, and anything to help me, and so people been helping me behind the scenes. Tamika gave me pointers. Miss Kara stayed with me on the phone, helped me a little bit. Moochie definitely been helping me always along the way, and so I'm just trying to learn. So hopefully the page will just keep growing. As long as I'm still having fun with it, which I am,
Right.
I'll keep doing it. But if it's but if it starts to get on my nerves, then I'll be on a break. So
okay.
But right now, I'm not at that point yet.
Look, it's great.
Yeah.
Good look, y'all.
Yeah. And I always put something on the community page, just keeping in touch with people. I think people just like want you to keep staying engaged with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep them in the loop.
You like putting up shorts. I put up the shorts, throwing somebody in the fire or something like that. I think I just went up there now, y'all, with Markeisha in the fire. Okay.
Yeah.
I said because what's her name? LaWanda told me to throw Markeisha in the fire, so I had to do it. LaWanda called me on the phone.
That's
said,
right.
Snap, throw her ass in the fire. So I said, get your ass in that goddamn fire. And don't come back. You know what I'm saying? So we are sick of your ass. You know what I'm saying? So we tired of her. And so you never know
Yes,
who might
Lord.
end up in there, I said, LaWanda gave me good advice. Yeah. Now I'm trying to tell her to stop fooling with Terry. Take your 2 children, go on about your business. And
Yes, Lord.
he can financially take care of you. Don't turn down the coin. He can financially take care of your kids, but just stop sleeping with him. Stop sleeping with him.
Take the furs. Keep getting the gifts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the van.
Right, and the vans.
Yeah, and her thirsty mama. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Her mama went to furs and all of that stuff. So
her mama can go in the furnace too, though.
her mama can go in the
her
furnace.
mama
Wanda
could.
said, "What's in the bag?"
And negligee. She be. Why you don't never got no clothes on, lady?
Right, you always walk around half naked.
Yeah,
Lady of leisure.
the mother should have balled up her fist, and the 2 of them jumped Markeisha at the door. I don't understand.
You know what? When she came there, I was surprised that it went down that civil. I thought it was going to be some hands and feet being put on each other, especially the way LaWanda's mother get down. She seemed like she'd be ready to scrap right along with her daughter.
But she's so busy smoking her Winstons or her Camels, and she's sitting there. You know what I'm
that
saying?
That was a Newport.
Yeah, I said she was smoking Cools. No.
Yeah, it's one of them old school
Those
cigarettes. It's either Cools, Winston's, Camels, Viceroys. It's one of them old school cigarettes. You know, the ones you
not
can't
the
even hardly find
Cools.
no more.
Virginia Slims.
Yeah, Virginia Slim. My mom used to smoke Virginia Slim. My mom used to
That is
smoke Virginia Slim,
funny.
and my dad used to smoke Benson and Hedges
Classy.
menthol. What was it? Because I used to have to go to the store to get them.
Ooh.
It was
You know,
Benson and Hedges,
man used to have to go
menthol
to the store with
deluxe,
them
menthol
cigarettes too
deluxe
when
in
they
the box.
was
I
We used to
remember that
call
like
them
it was. I
bitches
was.
and hoes. You
Oh
gotta
my
go get your granny some bitches and hoes. Yeah, because they would sell the kids the cigarettes for the parents. Like, you gotta get your granny the
Oh my
bitches and
gosh.
hoes.
Yeah, back then you could go into the store and get as a kid. I used to buy my parents cigarettes all the time. Neither one of them smoke anymore now, but they everybody in my family smoked. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, older everybody smoked. Cigarettes was a thing.
Yeah.
Was a it was
Right, that was
always
the
cigarettes
thing.
and ashtrays everywhere. So, but I never got into the cigarettes. Me and my sister didn't get into smoking cigarettes. But yeah, Paul Mall, that was another one. My grandfather used to smoke them. Yeah, so but that's what his the Wanda mother doing, because you know it seemed like really Lucille is more the mama than her own mother. So, but
Right.
so yeah, she could go
Lucille
in the
was trying to
furnace.
parent both of them, Wanda and her son.
Right.
A mess. All right, y'all. Well, let me see where my little thing at. Well, everybody, thank y'all for coming through.
Okay.
And we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. And I'm sure this crew gonna get back together again, because we're gonna probably find some other crazy true story like this. We'll find some more.
Yes.
There's plenty of them out there. So, and we'll take suggestions too. So thanks for coming through. What'd you say?
May December.
Yeah, May December. Like, I'm gonna check
May
that out.
December.
Maybe we might talk about it. Yeah. So thanks for coming through, y'all. See y'all next time.
Oh, Inga, oh, Inga, oh, Inga.